27, Thursday, September 10th. The countdown continues. 54. As in 54 days into the most important election of our lives, this election is not about politics. It's not about policy. It's literally about life and death at this point. Because if Donald Trump somehow was president for the next 4 years, I can assure you there'll be another pandemic. Because President Obama had two. He had first H1N1, then Ebola. We found out what we all suspected, that Donald Trump intentionally lied to the American people because he thought it helped him politically. Now over 191,000 Americans are dead. That means 191,000 families are mourning. They're mourning a beloved father or mother, or sister, grandparent, beloved aunt or uncle or friend. And this goes right to Donald Trump. And there's so many clips you can play showing Donald Trump lying to the American public about the threat of the virus, which we know he fully understood, because the Bob Woodward audio release yesterday told us on February 7th, Donald Trump understood the minutia of this virus. He understood the details of this virus. He even told Bob Woodward it is transmitted airborne, not just by touch. He told Bob Woodward it is 5 times more deadly than the average flu, which he even said was a less than 1% mortality rate. It's the worst case scenario. It was never a mistake. It was malicious. It was evil. Donald Trump understood how deadly this virus was and chose to lie. As he put it, underplay the virus. He admitted to that. That's lying to us. You know, the weather forecaster said when a hurricane was coming and didn't tell you the details of the hurricane. And then the hurricane hit. And thousands were killed. And there's economic devastation. And it turned out he knew about the threat of the virus, but he didn't want to tell us because he didn't want us to panic. That weather person would be fired and likely charged with a crime. That's exactly the result with Donald Trump. That should happen. And what a contrast to President Obama. You know, Donald Trump saying things like, I didn't want people to panic. Who could believe that? His brand is panic. It's fear. He doesn't want you to panic about a virus, but he wants you to panic about low-income people coming to the suburbs. But it's not just about that. Donald Trump lied nonstop. He lied from February through Tuesday of this week when he was in North Carolina and told his supporters that the only reason the Democratic governor is still closed the restaurants and bars was to hurt Donald Trump politically. See, the governor wasn't trying to save lives. He was just trying to hurt Donald Trump politically. Donald Trump told us what this was all about. Meanwhile, President Obama told America point blank when we had H1N1 and Ebola what was going on. And you can see it in the results. And Donald Trump today trying to say that he has done a better job than President Obama did in handling the pandemics, or that Joe Biden working with President Obama. Let's look at the numbers. How many Americans died from H1N1 in 2009? Around 12,000. How many Americans died on U.S. soil from Ebola in 2014? 2. We all know over 191,000 Americans have died from COVID, and the economy is in a recession, technically. It's formally in a recession. It's not me exaggerating. It is formally in a recession right now. And worse, we saw Republicans now rally around Donald Trump. I have to be honest. I honestly believe Donald Trump could kill your family. And most of the Republican elected officials would defend him. They would find some reason to defend him because on some level, that's what Donald Trump has done. He's killed family members across this country. And they're defending him. There's no criticism whatsoever. You've got, from North Carolina, Tom Tillis, who's running for re-election, and I hope people vote for Joe Cunningham and defeat this guy. Tom Tillis said, well, when you're in a crisis, you have to inform people, but you don't want to create hysteria. Hysteria? So you don't tell them about the details of the virus, so they just die without having a fighting chance because they don't know what it's about? You had Lindsey Graham, who's up for re-election against Jamie Harrison. If you're in South Carolina, vote Jamie Harrison, get rid of this guy. Lindsey Graham said, I don't think Trump needs to go on TV screaming we're all going to die. No, don't tell us. Just let us die. Maybe if you gave us a fighting chance, lives would have been saved if they would have. David Perdue was up for re-election in Georgia there against John Ossoff, said, we trying to understand the psyche of the country. Trump was trying to give a good response. And you had Senator John Kennedy in Louisiana saying, I don't like these gotcha books. Today, Mike Pence lied, saying Donald Trump's always been straightforward with the American people. Mike Pence is a co-conspirator in the crimes. That's what Mike Pence is. He's not a vice president. He's a man who should be indicted with Donald Trump. These are crimes. I'm not exaggerating. I say this as a lawyer. I'm going to have Glenn Kirshner on my show tonight, former federal prosecutor, head of the homicide unit, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington, D.C., will make a case for why this is murder. Murder. This is what Donald Trump should be charged with when he leaves office. You might say, how many deaths did Donald Trump cause? Well, it's difficult to say with exactitude, but we do know this from Columbia University, a study in May, that if Donald Trump had closed down the economy a week earlier than he did it in mid-March, a week earlier, it would have saved 36,000 lives. We know if he would have done it 2 weeks earlier, it would have saved over 50,000 lives. That's actually on a percentage basis at the time, knowing the number of deaths. We would have saved actually 100,000 deaths if he had closed it 1 week earlier now. I know it's shocking that Donald Trump supporters in Congress still support him. I know it's shocking there are Trump supporters who still support Donald Trump despite these lies, misleading Americans, and killing good people. I, like you, am shocked. But considering we're 54 days from the election, what I say about the Trump supporters, forget them. Forget them. Focus on people who support Joe Biden and who want Trump out, because there are far more of them than us. Let's make our number one, our only focus between now and November 3rd, defeating Donald Trump. That means making sure our friends are registered to vote, that you are registered to vote, that you know how to vote by mail if you want to do that, if you know how to fill out the ballot, if you want to vote in person, make sure your polling location is open. Even if you've been there before, there is an understaffing of poll workers because of COVID-19. Some places are closed. Do the homework now. In fact, make a list of those things for yourself and add 5 people to it. Add 5 people that you're going to reach out to make sure they're registered and they're ready to vote and they're going to vote. We all do that. We're going to win this. And come November 3rd, it's not Joe Biden winning. It's not Donald Trump losing. It is the United States of America winning. Those are the stakes. So thanks for tuning in. My show is live tonight, 6 to 9 p.m. on SiriusXM channel 127. Reverend Dr. William Barber is going to also join me. It's a great lineup. I hope you'll tune in. Thanks for tuning in to the mini version of tonight's DW Doc.